In this video, we're going to show you how to install the blend door actuator on your Ford Explorer, located underneath the front center console. We want to go ahead and reach down here. This is on the driver's side kick panel or the console area. And we want to pull this out. There's plastic retainer clips locking this in place. Once you pop these little clips out, we'll go ahead and lift this up and out. On the bottom of the knee board here, I want to go ahead, loosen and remove the two 7mm screws. Now this is a series of plastic retainer clips holding this in place. There's one right here. I'm going to grab the upper panel and pull this straight out. Do the same on the left-hand side. Pull this out towards you. Now on the bottom, this is going to be a series across the bottom. We want to pull the panel out towards you. And what we're doing is unclipping these green clips from the bottom side of the panel. Now sometimes the little green retainers might pop off here. I'm just going to use a pair of pliers. Gently grab that. We want to pop that off. Sometimes you can pinch them with your fingers. Pop that out. We're just going to insert that into the knee board panel. Let's remove the metal panel here. There are four 10mm screws. Slide that out. Now we have this lower plastic shield right here, and there's a plastic push pin right here. We can use our trim tool, go up between the panel here. Sometimes you can just give it a little tug. A little assistance here on your trim tool. Loosen that and pull it down. Then we're going to remove this entire panel, set that aside. We want to go ahead and gain access to the actuator up underneath here. And the unit we're going for is this white actuator right here. There's a red retaining clip or lock right here on the bottom. I want to just push that red lock down. This is going to allow us to go ahead and reach up there and push on the retaining clip and disconnect the electrical harness from that, like so. Now the next thing we want to do is we're going to use our 1/4" ratchet and an 8mm. When I come up on the left-hand side of it, sometimes you just kind of work around that harness. You want to loosen the 8mm screw on the left-hand side of this actuator. Now there's only two screws holding the actuator in place. You might be able to get to a point where you can remove that ratchet and just get up there with your fingers and finish loosening that. It is pretty tight, but it can be done. All right, we got the left screw out. And try and get to the one on the right hand side. grab the actuator and slide it straight out and drop it down. Now when installing the new unit, what you want to do is you want to plug this in. Now you want to go ahead and you want to press the ignition button so that everything powers up. And what's going to happen is this gear will line up to the position of where the gear lines up on the actuator door itself. So this is keyed, so there's a flat spot right here or where there's no tooth. The rest of these should line up. At that point there, disconnect this harness. And then when you go to install this here, this should line up with where the other unit was placed. So you want to make sure that this is keyed where it needs to be. You don't want to put pliers on this and start twisting this back and forth. Just let the motor do its job and get itself into the original position it was in. Let's go ahead and install it. Go ahead and take the actuator and feed that up in a position. When you go to install the screw with the socket on here to get up in there, the screw falls out. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of tape over the end of this. And then stick our screw on there, and that'll keep it from falling out. Let's go ahead and install the screws. I want to go ahead and gently snug this down, but you'll feel it bottom out. Now we'll go ahead and install the screw on the back. Good, snug that down. I'm going to go back to the other one. Just double check that one there. Snug that one. And once you have those in, go ahead and grab your electrical connector, line that up, push it on, and push the red lock clip back up into position there. Install our lower cover here. There we go. Now we have that little button push through there. Let's go ahead and get our metal panel here. And tighten these down. When installing the knee panel, I want to go ahead and install our lower clips first. And then line up the upper, push it down and in. And when you install your knee panel, you want to make sure that the tabs here are below the plastic panel. Go ahead and get the screws started, and then we'll snug those down. Gently snug those into place. Now we're going to go ahead and install our side console trim panel here. I want to make sure that all of these green plastic clips pop into the side. Now when sliding this down, you just have to grab that seat and pull it a little bit, working these clips down inside. All right, once that lines up, just push those clips in. You can hear them popping into place. Continue this process down and through and get that all popped in. At this point here, once you have your console trim in, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.